Welcome back. It's Fussel's Arcade. And we've got something special here. It's special. So we're going to show it. What you're looking at here is a original tube on a Wells Gardner K4600. This is a real remnant from yesteryear, and we're just about done working on this. We've had at least one other video on this monitor. It actually worked when I got it. It was in a flood in a warehouse where I found it up in Ohio. And Rob Burke actually had the game that this was in. Rob's a real cool guy, and he does the big pinball expo show every year up there. Has a absolutely fabulous collection, and I actually got to talk to him on the phone when we were doing this transaction. So anyway, but so this monitor was in this well, let me show you where it was. It was in this machine originally, and it was the original monitor. And this is the machine that I got from Rob Burke. It didn't look like this when I got it. It was a train wreck, but we fixed it because that's what we do, people. We fix these old machines and we make them awesome again. Yes, that is a reproduction control panel, stainless steel silk screen printed. Take a good look at it. Let me show you the original one. That would be the original one right there that was on it. 40 years of abuse. Okay, so we rebuilt this puppy. Get a little light on here. So these are totally different than everything else that we generally work on. We rebuilt it, of course, you know, we put new caps in it. We reflowed all the solder that we could find in the thing. There's a bunch of component parts, and the way these things come apart is it's a little bit of a task. They adjust differently. There's the flyback. That knob on it is just the focus. That's all of it. All it does. The control for, you know, how bright the screen is actually in two places. It's actually right there, and then there's actually one down on this call it the RGB, red, green, and blue board, and it's actually, see the little blue knob back there. Okay, well, after we got it all put back together, we didn't have any red. I was pulling my hair out, had no red. So I took another board out of another working one that I knew was good, this RGB board, put it in here, and I had my red back, so I knew it was the board. All right, so I went through every single component, pulled out every single transistor, tested every single one, could not find a dang thing wrong with it. Checked all the traces, everything. And what I did this morning was literally just go these connectors where it goes into the it plugs into the main motherboard there. There's some header pins, and there's these connectors, and I went up inside and scraped all the connectors with a little teeny scraper, i.e. regular screwdriver, a real small one like you'd use on a pair of eyeglasses, and cleaned them up as best I could, and thought, well, I got nothing else to lose, we'll put it back and give it a try. And look at it, we got our red back. And it's pretty snazzy. Now this is cool, you got to check this out. We're gonna get here to the, just relish in the colors. That's 40 something years old. Now way back in the day, like I'm talking in the late 70s here, we're talking games like Galaxian. This would have been the monitor you'd have found in those things. 1980 Defender, you know, this is what they put in those, and they are a warhorse to this day. Still awesome. Now on the blue screen there, you can tell that was in a berserk, and that's the only place it had ever been its entire life. For 40-something years it lived in that berserk machine until it came to me. And here it is sitting on my bench, looking like a boss again. Now our width, you see there, okay? Obviously that's gonna need a little adjustment, that's no problem. She's got a width adjustment on her. But I think with a actual game signal, that actually might not be such an issue. I'm not going to try adjusting it on the test pattern generator until we have a, put a real game signal to it from a real PCB, and then see if it really needs adjusting or not. So what we learned is these dogs right here, these RGB boards, connectors, man, you hear it all the time. Yeah, everybody always preaches, connectors. It's true. It's the fact. It's the way it is. So, spend the time and, really clean all those little things, test all the continuity with your meter, and, you find something, and I did. I found some when I started testing those, with my meters. Like, wow, it's really hard for me to get this thing to have continuity. Went in there and cleaned it on the inside, scraped it, put my meter back in there, and it started beeping. So, like, wow, that was it. Just something as simple as that. Just a dang connector. It wasn't a transistor. It wasn't all these. Man, I was looking everywhere. It's a stupid connector. So there you go. It's really sweet. It brings joy to my heart, people. I'll just be sentimental about it. Look at the convergence on this thing. I've got monitors that were made in the 90s that aren't this good. Yeah, okay. It's because it's WG4600 and it's awesome. We're gonna put it on the old box drop screen there. It's pretty sweet. So it brings joy to my heart to see an old piece of electronics like this do its thing, and frankly do its thing as good or better as one that's 20-something years younger. This is how you do it. You build them like this. You're awesome for a lifetime, and this monitor will probably be awesome for the rest of my lifetime too. So yeah, you see what we just did there? We gave it a little adjustment and we got rid of those raster lines. That is boss, people. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And just have a look at it right there. 4615, aka 4600. You really just go by those first two numbers. So now I should have mentioned, there are a few revisions of this, and in fact, the RGB board right here that's in this one is slightly different than the one that I have in my Quicks machine. And I put the one in my Quicks machine into this to test it, and that's how I found out that it was the board, because I got my red back. But yeah, there are a few minor revisions of these things as manufacturing technology progressed back in the day. So this is actually a little older version right here. So it's truly awesome. Wanted to show it, share it, and let you guys all enjoy it along with me. It's just a beautiful thing to see. Especially, it's a beautiful thing to see working. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you soon.